have 3 poems. Pomegranate. My unspoken words are heavy, twisted, bitter fruit. They fall on the ground and explode with thousands of seeds that grow. They spring to life and blossom beautifully in the torpid heat of summer, their perfume clinging to everything. The pretty, pretty blossoms fall, and the noxious fruit grows, a never-ending cycle of renewal each time I think of you. Autumn. I bought some bulbs to plant. They'll bloom next spring, purple tulips and ranunculus. It's good to think about growing things as the weather turns dark and ominous. And the last one is called Shrill. The Buddha never menstruated. If he had, would he still be able to talk of a middle way, or would he be busy yelling at or advocating for his kids? Would he still be fat and laughing, or thin with pursed lips and a raven's eye? If the Buddha had been a woman, even a childless one, would anyone have listened to him, or would they have dismissed his revered words as shrill?
Caitlin, are you ready?
Yes.
Caitlin Erickson, your next reader.
Okay. I'm going to read poems. I don't know if I've read them here, so if you've heard them, then go you. And it's either 3 or 4, I haven't decided, and they're all basically about different people, if they're about people at all, so that might be worth knowing if I read one of the poems. Okay. Lost and Found. Once Faith asked how I did it, how I found love. I flung my bouncy blonde hair and smiled with all my teeth, smug. You stop looking, I said. You stop looking for love, and you find it, like when you lose your keys and right as you resolve to a week of unlocked doors in public transport, you discover them dangling like tassels from the front door. She stared at me in awe. But then he and I ruptured, and love straddled a motorcycle and headed south, smoke pluming from the exhaust, helmet glittering in the sunrise. When I emerged weeks later, hair hacked and disheveled, face gaunt from lack of and too much sleep, I looked for love in window blinds in the back seats of cars. I searched for love in the slats of street lamps near the house where he used to live, and in corners of coffee shops where others also lifted notebooks and potted plants, flipped through pages and peered through windows, hoping to catch love in condensation and crumbled dirt. Faith tried to reassure. He'll come back, she said, her voice vibrating as though electric. Maybe he just got cold feet. I shook my head at her. She doesn't know about love. She doesn't know how to find him, and neither do I, even though I thought I knew love better than anyone else, even me. But love isn't in the white painted gazebo in the park or an alpine meadow tucked up a canyon. Love isn't hiking steep, dry dirt trails in the foothills, or pulling lead weights at the gym. Maybe love is sunning himself on a California beach, or galloping horseback in a Midwest meadow, or shouting obscenities into a headset while fixing crosshairs on an imagined enemy. Maybe love is seeking me. Maybe I can't bring myself to stop looking. I didn't think about that one. Okay. Explode. And this has an epigram. Epigram? Yeah. By John Green. It's from Fault in Our Stars. I don't take credit for this. Okay. I fell in love the way you fall asleep, slowly and then all at once. Like honey oozing from counter to floor, threads gleaming and sticky, or like a leaf carried by wind to settle in packed grass of backyards. That's how I wish I fell. Instead, I fall like fireworks that shoot into the sky with a pop and a burst of sparks that crinkle and fade to embers. It's dangerous, my love. And at night, when you sleep with your back to me, a wash of white, I'll press my palm between your shoulder blades and feel dormant muscles. I'll trace lines between moles, create constellations, and weave their names in your hair. I'll listen to the whistle of air seeping between your teeth, and for a moment, maybe I'll slow like honey. One day, you'll leave. You'll take the quiet with you. I'll shoot back into the sky and crumble. Okay, and last poem. Eve. I admit, I took the fruit, held it heavy in my hand, felt the skin firm and smooth under my fingertips, and bit its flesh, juice stewing on my lips, dribbling down my neck, sticky sugar trail gleaming. I ask you to lick it off, and you do, gripping my wrists, tongue rough against my neck. You make me drop the fruit into tall grass, my bite a white crescent in pluming red. Don't worry, I'll take the blame. I fell first, after all.
We have one more, Lisa Crandall, come on up. Show us what you're doing.
My legs are shaking. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not. I don't know very much about writing poetry, but this is something I wrote last summer. I'm from Arizona, so I'm very enchanted by lakes and rivers and stuff like that. So I figured there's like a nice water theme going on tonight, and just kind of add to that. It's a tropical lagoon in the middle of the continent. I sit in the shallow waters, letting the baby waves wash across my lap. I watch them, pitying the small beings, born not of the moon but of the wind, an ever-changing being. Some of them form and break, just like their heavenly siblings, but others never get the chance before they're washed away into oblivion. And when a good strong bunch comes in, sure to reach the shore, they are dashed away by a crosswind and set into a crimped mess of water. I wonder, is it fair that the wind controls them so superficially, constantly misdirected by boats and skis and children? Why can't they just go straight up to the shore, breaking in their prime like they desire, fashioned into the models of their little heroes?
All right, well, is there anybody else?
Ron's here.
Ron, do you have something for us? I'll tell you what, what's your name, homeboy?
Evan.
Evan, why don't you come up and we'll close with Ron.
Okay.
Sorry, what was your, Evan?
Evan Wechsler.
Thanks, Evan.
I wrote this poem last fall and just did a recent edit, so I hope you all like it. It's called Freedom. Clouds fly low today. It's pouring rain. I walk down the stairs to my room, to a sliver of moonlight through a single window. Punched holes in the walls, makeshift bed on the floor, and a blood-stained razor blade on the dresser. This is where I'll meet my end. Father in heaven, set me free. Empty words cling to my swollen tongue. What good will they do me now? The choking despair grasps my body like hands wrapped around my throat. My mind goes back to you, Mother, Father, Clay and Stephen, my brothers, Melissa, my sister. Why would you abandon me? My chest tightens. My pulse quickens at the thought of leaving you. Your eyes were too blind to see the battle I fought inside. Oh, Mother, Father, look into my lightless eyes. Look at my disfigured heart. Oh, Heavenly Father, take my life away. I shiver. I drop down to my knees in prayer and hold a gun so quietly. God, will you rescue me? Thank you.
Ron was with us when we, well, not when we started, but he was around when we were in Citrus and Sage, and he followed us to Aggie Cafe and back to Citrus and Sage, and here he's a regular, everybody loves him. Go ahead, Ron.
Hi,
Hi,
Hey, Ron.
from the Junior Jazz. It's almost time for the Junior Jazz. What's a winter fun this guy has? What's a chill and learn or having fun? Let's shoot the ball and pass and yeah. See a lot of kids, I know it's cool. I should love them, they're so cool. right to us. He comes to the game, and every week, and glad he came. For how like the Utah does, but my heart lies with Junior does. It's from work called Forever With You. I'm glad I can be married to you. I'm glad that we can say I do. I'm happy for all the time we can spend. I hate for it to have to end. So I look forward to being with you for eternity. You get sealed in the temple to me. So I'll always be happy, never be blue, if I can be forever with you.
Okay, I guess that's it for this Helicon West. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It was great. Thank you, everyone that helped. And if you could just hang out for a minute and put your chair away, or a couple of chairs, that would really help us out. And come back in March,
Oh,
February
yeah.
26th.
Oh,
February
wait.
26th. Oh, we have another one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rayanne Thane, local romance writer.
On the
It'll be
26th.
Great, yeah, on the
Great.
26th.
Come back. And thanks for everyone who read in open mic. You did great.